What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast. It's time to play some more Subnautica. I think this is going to be a fun day, so saddle on in. I think we're going to build ourselves a Seaglide today. I probably don't have the stuff right now. I need a battery. Oh, I can do that. We're a battery-making machine. You call me a salt and battery in this hood, and then we've got a copper wire right there. The early stuff in the game should be pretty easy to mash together. I wouldn't worry about it too much. The Seaglide goes inside of our inventory, and it's going to allow us to swim very fast. In fact,
increase your effective exploration range.
Exactly.
For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
It's true. Don't go too far out. Bad things can definitely happen to you in this game if you get too far out in the cut. This game is terrifying once you get away from the starting zone. I don't know if this game freaks other people out like it freaks me out, but this game is scary as all hell, dude. The ocean is not the place where hairless monkeys should be. And at the end of the day, that's basically what we are. What else do I have going on right now? We need to make a mobile vehicle bay, I think was the next part. Let me get a little mental tabulation of what's going to make this easier on us. On top of that, if I can get in and I can start making myself, so if I wanted to make a mobile vehicle bay, I don't have the ingredients for it. So we're going to have to explore around a little bit more on that one. This is the Seaglide right here. It's pretty fast. It'll also function as you can make julienne fries with it. I mean, you could take it, chop up your french fries, do what you got to do. It also gives you a cool little 3D overlay right there in case you're worried about where you're going on the map. Another thing that's nice to have about it, power does go down pretty quickly on it, but if you want to reload it, it's not that bad. You just hit the R key real fast. I'm going to try and get out here. It also lets you dive deeper, which is more important than it would sound. The next thing we're going to be working on is fragments of, I think, the seamoth, or whatever the hell the name of that thing is. There shouldn't be too many bad monsters over here. There's like those little sucky creatures right there. I try to stay away from them because they're mean to me and they suck on your flesh. And I don't feel like going home with any seaborn hickeys right now. That is not what I'm trying to accumulate. However, it might be a good idea to just sort of pan and scan along the red grass biome. Yeah, that sound right there is one of those things. I don't remember what those are called, but they're harmless. They don't bother you. Don't worry about it too much. They won't do anything. This over here, we've got titanium on that.
Biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
Yeah, there's a bunch of caves that run underneath this zone that lead to another biome as well. Oh shit, I gotta go back up to the surface. Let me go get some oxygen up inside of my tank. We'll repressurize and we'll dive back down. But as of right now, I think all we need... Oh yeah, there's an island over there. There's the caves that I was talking about on that side. If you've been having trouble finding any of the creep vines, we got a few more of those over here as well, though they're mostly along the periphery of this area. I think that these are going to be limestone, I think, but there are other rocks that are like down in here that are shaped differently. I'll take a salt deposit, sure, why not? Sounds like just the sort of thing I'd like to get. Things in this area shouldn't bother us too much. But down inside of here, there should be other little rock outcrops that we can get up inside of and do something with. This is the area where I think, if I remember correctly, you hunt down all the seamoth pieces, if I remember right. I don't exactly recall, though. We've got a busted-ass habitat over there. I don't think I'm going to play around with that. 30 seconds of oxygen, so I'm going to take that warning. There's a seamoth fragment right there. I'm going to get that, and then I am going to haul ass back up onto the surface. I don't know if we're going to make it. I'm going to try. We've got 1 out of 3 pieces as of right now on the seamoth. These dudes, like I said, don't worry about them. They're not going to bother you or do anything untoward. They're not going to try and shoot you with evil devil spikes or anything like that, in case that's what you were panicking about. You can just kind of swim right past them, and it should be okay. I don't think they're going to do anything else. This is seamoth paneling down here, so we know we're in an area that has seamoth pieces. That's metal salvage. We should be able to get into there a little bit later once we get the welder. I haven't seen anything else laying around on the bottom. There's metal salvage right there. But that's not what we're looking for. We already have plenty of that. That's a creature's egg. Somebody done dropped their baby on the floor.
Scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters, leading to an unknown environmental biome.
Yeah, in order to do that, what we're going to have to do in order to get down into that biome is I think you get like a pressure suit or something like that. It's a suit that allows you to dive down to deeper pressures. And at a certain point, you just keep getting better and better and better regulators so you can go down in submarines. And after a while, you don't even go down out of the ship anymore. You just kind of dive down deeper and deeper and deeper and hope for the best. What is this? A bioreactor fragment. Okay. Get that thing going. We are all bioreactored up right there. What the bioreactor does is it does exactly what it sounds like. You take a bunch of critters or a bunch of like random material and you throw it in there, and it'll use those as fuel in order to generate power for your base, in case you were wondering about that. That little dude right there, we probably don't want to mess with. He's a little bit more violent than what we've come across in the past. And so I would stay away personally and just be like, nah, son, I am not about that life. This game can get very, very dangerous depending on where you're at, and we're kind of getting to the edge of that danger zone. And it's especially bad because it's nighttime. I always feel worse when I'm above the surface, though. I don't know what it is about this game. When I'm above the surface like this right here, there is a palpable sense of anxiety that I can feel almost instantly every time I go up above the surface. Let's grab some more pods while we're over here because we are going to need them.
Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Yeah, that's probably not a good thing. I don't know what a quantum detonation is, but anything that has the word quantum in it sounds like it's super sciencey and over my head, and that it's probably going to punish me. We need to get some more creep vine clusters, and if I can't dump some stuff out of my inventory right now, we're not going to be able to do that. So let me go to my inventory real fast. In my inventory, do I have anything that's dumpable at the moment, like things that I don't want? I can always get more acid mushrooms, so that's no biggie. Those things are all over the place. We've got silver, we've got some gold. That'll be nice for later on when we start building vehicles. We're going to have to make electrician's kits or electrical kits, and those are what's going to allow us to make like the bigger, badder stuff. We are a little thirsty right now. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll drink some of our survival drinks, some of our Capri Suns of survival once we get back to base. But for right now, it looks like they actually buffed the Seaglide. I remember the Seaglide running out of energy a lot faster than this, and it looks like we're actually okay. Come over here, bladderfish. There we go. We've got a couple little puffy fishes we can take in, too, just to help out with the water situation, so we have to use up our backup supplies. We don't really have any food right now, but now that we have the Seaglide, it should be pretty easy to run down a peeper or two and make it happen. Kick that thing up out of my inventory. I don't want to use my electricity. And inside of the fabricator, let's do the basic materials thing and make sure that we've got enough water to make stuff happen. The two bladderfish, I think, should give us enough water to get by. And then if we go in and we cook the peeper, that'll hold as well. The difference between the cured meals and the meals that are just sitting around is that the cured meals will not spoil. These guys right here will actually rot after a while. And so we'll eat him along with his eyeballs. And there we go. We'll stabilize our water supply for just a minute. I need some more creep vine clusters. Do I have any storage left over here? I do not. Bummer. I may have gone a little bit overboard with the titanium. I might have gotten a little too excited about that. But with what we're trying to do right here, I do need lubricant. So there it is. We'll make another lubricant. That'll free up some inventory space. We've got glass sitting around. Probably not going to be that helpful as of this direct moment. Oh, where is the Aurora? I use the Aurora as my point of reference for like everywhere I go in this game. I try not to lose sight of it regardless of where I am. Pretty sure I can kick on a nightlight over here too. If we find any more interesting parts on this side, I think I'll probably collect them. But for the moment, what we want to do is we want to find some of the things we're going to need for later on crafting projects. We haven't figured out how to make the mobile vehicle bay yet, and I don't know exactly where those pieces are going to be found. Every single biome has a different selection of things you can pick off the bottom of it. Right here, we've got a mobile vehicle bay fragment. That's precisely what I'm looking for. And so we need 3 of those in order to get by. Don't go out there. This right here is as far as you go until you have a submarine. Don't go out there. I'm warning you. Don't do it. It's a bad plan. You may survive, but I can't guarantee it. That's like you go out there, you sign a waiver with your life. And in this location, I prefer to dive straight up and straight down. Out that way. I'm trying to see if there's anything right along the edges right there that I can get after. We've got another mobile vehicle bay right here, so that's good. A lot of them should be laying along the edges right here. When you find a location, try to mentally log where certain things are at, but you don't want to get caught over in that area over there without some kind of thing encasing you. If you don't have some kind of way to block the outside influences, I think the Leviathan Reaper starts to spawn over there. So, oh, there's our third piece right there. So let's get that going. Okay, cool. And we've got a new project. Where is my home away from home? We've got ourselves the mobile vehicle bay. I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to see if we have any of the stuff that's going to make this work in a satisfactory way. There is a lot of debris over here. If we could find a seamoth piece or anything like that, that'd be great. But I'm pretty sure I've already picked through this. It's looking really familiar, so let's just go back to base. We'll go back to our little floaty pod. If this was me, I wouldn't survive in this situation. I would just stay inside the floaty pod and never leave. And I'm not joking you even slightly right there. I would stay inside my pod and I would die horribly. And there would be no hope for survival. That would be it. I'd be done for. With the mobile vehicle bay, we need lubricant, a titanium ingot, and we need a power cell, I think. Yeah, the power cell is going to be the hardest part of that because I don't have access to 2 batteries right now. If I go with some more acid mushrooms, maybe, but I think we probably have some mining in front of us before we go further into this adventure. I've got some copper right there. I've got other little things around, but yeah, I think we're a little bit stuck on that point. We need a titanium ingot. I think we can do that, no problem. I will take a few more of you guys. Hopefully that's enough. I think I need 10 titanium to make the ingot. Yeah, there it is right there. On the plus side, that's an absolutely optimal excuse for us to clear out our inventory. And if you're an inventory hound like I am, where you like having an empty inventory and having things organized, not a bad idea. Drop a few more things inside of there. We've got gold. We've got our little nuggets over here. I'll probably drink one of those and drink one of those. Those are like basic water resources. Not really that great for us, but it clears out additional space so I can continue to unload things. Throw the gold inside of there. Some of the other stuff we're not going to get around to using. Let me go find some copper. We'll grab like 3 or 4 acid mushrooms from down here. There we go. Got some acid mushrooms. Let's find ourselves some random little limestone outcroppings so as to enrich ourselves. Oh no, that scared the hell out of me. Go away. Okay, so if we get back in here, the other thing we might be able to do is get some of that sulfur that we want. We got a few little mineable things inside of here.
Deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
Where's that little bro at, though? Because what we want is in the bottom of his little habitat sack right there, if I remember right. They should have what we're looking for. It only spawns sometimes, but there it is. We got the cave sulfur that we needed for our repair tool as well, so that'll be helpful. That's a good thing to have. Giant coral tube. No, you don't really help me out that much. I will take the quartz because later on we're going to be building a lot of stuff out of glass, and if we don't have a good glass supply, it's going to slow that process down. How limestone got down here? Limestone is essentially long-term lithified, so you take limestone. Limestone is just pieces of random sand. That's pretty much all that it is. It's like sand, and then you've got a little bit of plagioclase in there sometimes, a little bit of biotite, and then over time it gets compacted and it just sticks together, and that's all that limestone is. There's nothing special, all right? There's not a single damn thing special about sedimentary rocks. They're the worst. Nobody should study sedimentary rocks. Nobody should care about them. They're awful. Like, if you really want to be interesting, what you should do is you should mess around with petrology. That's where all the real action happens. Igneous and metamorphic petrology. That's where the good stuff happens. Crystallization, lava, explosions. That's where all the fun stuff happens. Don't let the sedimentologists tell you otherwise either, because they're wrong. I need to release this over here. Preferably in a place with deep water, actually. I'd like it to be over here because we're going to be building some pretty... We're going to have to deploy some pretty big vehicles, and we don't want them to crash into the bottom and explode instantly. Climb onto this thing, and let's have a look at what we have going on. So we should not have the blueprint yet for the seamoth. I think we're still looking for pieces of that, but I know where we can get that. It's in the red grass biome. So it shouldn't be hard to track down. It's just a function of time and how much effort we want to put into this. And I'm thinking Nerdcastle, maximum effort. That's what I'm thinking. So let's go find some seamoth chunks. We'll put those together. We'll get ourselves a submarine. And once we have a submarine, exploration is really going to kind of explode in efficiency. It's going to go pretty fast, so don't you stress about that. It'll be okay. Did you just spray pee everywhere? Dick, stop spraying pee all up in my ocean. That's unsanitary. Y'all are disgusting. Stop that. Build bathrooms. Invent technology. You lazy roustabouts. 30 seconds of oxygen, and I've been bitten by something that probably didn't want me down here. I'm sure its venom is coursing through my veins and everything is terrible, but we don't worry about those problems. We don't worry about that at all. I was going to say, what's up with that scary music, though? Bro, you got grass growing on your back. I don't know if you knew about that. Look at all these little fishies down here just feeding off of his butthole. You know that dude's leaving something behind. They are in that thing. They're just like, yo, let me get a look at your booty hole, though. Let me find out. That thing's going to attack us. 100. Yeah, there's no way he's not going to attack us. That's a scan room fragment. All right. I will do the best I can with that to grab it before I get eaten by a large creature. And this doesn't look like seamoth plating over here. Then again, we've got a vending machine. Hell yeah, let's get some munchies. Let's go. All right, back up to the surface because we are actually further down than I want to be right now. Uh-oh. We might drown. That is bad. We can't breathe water despite what you might think. I don't have gills. This isn't Waterworld. I'm not Kevin Costner. People hate on Waterworld, but I actually don't hate Waterworld that much. People are really passionate about hating on Waterworld. But, like, it's not a good movie, but it's not a bad movie either. Like, I don't understand people like that. Like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Neither is it the best. It's kind of middling. It's in the center. Could it be better? Sure. Absolutely it could. But, like, I don't know. I've never understood the vitriol around that movie. My granddad took me to see that movie, so maybe it's just because I've got nice nostalgia from it. I went and saw it with my granddad when I was, like, 10. And, you know, it was kind of intense for a 10-year-old, but it was still fun. What the hell is that over there? Oh, there's a busted ship. Okay. I'm going to keep on cruising around then. I'm a little bit wary about this area. Like, I'm a little bit worried about it, but worst case scenario is I'll fall back towards this big dude over here and he can get eaten instead of me. Hey, sometimes survival necessitates that you use other creatures as a giant amphibian shield. Amphibian? I don't know. A giant hydrological shield? Once again, I don't know. I don't know what word I'm looking for. I never know what I'm talking about. So down here we've got nothing. Big old goose egg. Big old goose egg once again. I would like to clear this area a little faster, if possible. That might be something, but nope, it's nothing. Anything up inside of here? Doesn't look like it.
30 seconds.
Alright, I know I only have 30 seconds of oxygen remaining. I'll get on it in a minute. We're all fine here. Looks like we got some things on this side, but we may have to come back for them in just a moment. We are 100 meters underwater. You know how brutal that is? That's super far. I don't like being under like 10 feet of water. Get your oxygen back. God, we are making way too many trips to the surface. I gotta get myself all saddled in. I gotta get a... Uh-oh, we got another mean monster over there. And there's a scanner room fragment. Good. And this over here is a bioreactor fragment. Good. I don't know if that's the final piece of the bioreactor, but I'm okay with it. Ooh, free salt. Sure, just pop that into my mouth there. Don't worry about the consequences. What are you, limestone? That's sandstone right there. Okay. A few more little pieces here and there. And we've got another bioreactor over here, and I think we'll be done after we get this one. Oh, no, it's just converting straight into titanium. That means we already got that all lopped off and taken care of. It looks like we've got some little small piece of research right there. I'll probably dive down and investigate that after we get down on this side. Splishity, splashity, jumping out the water. I'm like the Little Mermaid. Ariel's Bay, dude. Ariel's my hero. Don't get mad. Ooh, a laser cutter. Ooh. Yes, please. So we've got a piece of a laser cutter now. I think that allows us to breach into spaceship fragments that have fallen down. And we should be able to use that in order to get through the doors and the bulkheads. And if you can get through the doors and the bulkheads, there's all kinds of good stuff inside spaceships that have fallen from orbit. And so like that thing over there, if we could cut through the door, it'd take us a long ways. It would most assuredly be helpful. We got another big asshole critter right there that probably wants to eat us. I'm out of breath a lot, man. We got to work on our pearl diving technique. My people pioneered that shit. Hawaiian people hold their breaths forever. I used to be able to swim all the way across an Olympic pool and back underwater. Long ways, not short ways either. It's just practice. You just get used to it. But that was the peak. That was the longest I could hold my breath while still exerting myself, like, physically. It was tough. It took a long time to get there, but, man, it's kind of badass being able to swim hella far, everybody underwater, and everybody's, like, looking at you, and they're like, oh, is he coming back up? I think he might be dead. And then you come back up, and you're like, oh, I am the champion. I am the king of underwater submersion. Look upon me in despair, ye who cannot swim. It's pretty awesome. Then again, you do have to get used to that burning feeling you get in your chest. If you've never gotten used to that, that's a fun feeling. You just got to learn to persist through it and hope you don't black out. We've got 2 pieces of the seamoth right now. There's got to be a few more around here. I'm almost out of power on our Seaglide, though, so... hope for the best. I don't see anything. Oh, there's something over there. That looks like an old habitat. Let's go have a little look-see. Old habitat, what are you doing right now? And that's a chunk of a seamoth right there. So that actually satisfies all the criteria I was going for. End of the second episode, we already have our seamoth ready to go. Fantastic. And so there it is. We've got that. I wanted to see what was going on with this escape pod over here, though, too. There might be something inside of it that we could bring back with us. We've got bits and pieces. There's a PDA right there with a crew log inside of it. But... nothing else. Oh, shnikes! That thing tried to take me out off the hip. Dude, we need to put a stop to this. You're gonna be mad when I come back with my underwater 1911 and be like, hey, dog, where you from? Red Moss, homie. And I'll be like, pucka, 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 pucka. And he'll be like, oh, shit, they shooting. And we'll all be running, watching fish scatter. Oh, it'd be ugly. It's gonna be on some real block monster shit. Let's go back to our pod. Back at the pod, I'm going to jump up on the constructor very quickly to figure out what resources we need in order to keep this effectively happening with the vehicle bay. If I wanted to make a seamoth, I need an ingot, I need 2 glass, I need a power cell, and I need lubricant. We have most of that, so we should be good. I think the power cell is the only part that we might struggle with a little bit, and that's what acid mushrooms are for. So we'll grab those, and I will make the power cell first. So in the raw resources, we'll make a battery. I need 2 of those. We'll mash those together with, I think, a rubber casing goes into that maybe? Yeah, a rubber casing. We've got our power cell. I'll grab the lubricant out of the chest. And then, what do we have going on over here? So I've got titanium. Grab a little bit more. We will make an ingot out of that before going any further. Mash me out my ingot, please. God, I'm so full of chili right now. My wife made chili for dinner. And there is so much chili just coursing through my veins. I am fueled almost entirely by the power of beans right now. And later on tonight, I shall be propelled almost entirely by the power of beans. It will be incredible. Where did my lubricant go?
Warning. Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached critical state.
Has it now?
Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
Oh.
Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
I mean, you really don't need to. Like, if you do the breaststroke, like, I was ripped. When I was on the swim team when I was 14 or 15, I was shredded. Like, you don't even know. Swimming will kill your body. It will make you into an absolute bench monster. Like, you do breaststroke if you want to work on your pecs. If you're working on your biceps and the rest of your arms, swim freestyle. If you're trying to get your chest and the muscles that are underneath your arms, like the ones along the sides of your lateralises or whatever the hell they're called, and your shoulders. So the muscles along your ribs that connect to your bicep where you want to get that underarm like muscular wing thing. Do butterfly for that in your shoulders, dude. And I swam pretty much everything. And, like, you will get shredded. That was probably the best shape I will ever be in my life. So there's our lubricant right there. One more, please. Thank you, monsieur. And that should be... Oh, I needed glass, too. I forgot about the glass. All right, mash together a little bit of glass for me. We're going to want to go out of our way to not destroy this submarine because building another one's going to be a pain in the ass, and I don't feel like doing it. And so if I can avoid crashing it, breaking it, blowing it up, getting it eaten by overly large sea monsters, that's a preference of mine. Seamoth time.
Safe mode of transport. But remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
Yeah, we'll get out of the craft every now and again, but the way that this really benefits us is it allows us to use this for diving and also just running around looking at things. And then when we get the opportunity,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
when we get the opportunity, turn off the headlights. So this thing has 100 health. It's 28 degrees Celsius. It looks like we've got some things going on right there. I think we're going to have to spend a little bit of time getting food, and that is where I'm going to sign off for the day. My name is Splattercat. This is Subnautica. If you want to get the game, you can get it right now. It's dropping in its 1.0 iteration very soon. This is basically the last patch before they drop 1.0, and this game is just going to be a fire sale of awesome, so I highly recommend it. A lot of games I'm kind of on the fence about, and I'm like, well, certain people like it, certain people won't. This is one of those games where I think everybody likes survival games will enjoy this title. You'll have a good time with it, and I do recommend it. Other than that, I will see you on the next episode. If you want to support me, hit that like button down below. That's the easiest way to do it, and in fact, that helps the channel out more than pretty much anything else you can do. I will see you on the next episode. Hi-do, everybody.